Welcome back to our channel. I'm Dior.
Hi, I'm Uchenna.
And we're back again with Ready to Love, season 5 now, episode 1. They didn't give us any
Season,
break.
I know season 4 just ended last week. Like,
Yes.
come on, give us at least a week.
I really feel like they probably just had too many people that they wanted to use for DC. So they just went ahead and had a backup.
Right, because these group of people were completely different from last season. I thought these ones were older, more mature, had better jobs. I think it was a totally different. Last season was more young, and none. I can't remember if any of them had really good jobs except for a couple of them. Yeah. But so this will be. I like the more mature because I can see the young ones on like a ton of different reality TV shows. So I like seeing more mature people on Ready to Love.
Yeah, and there was just a lot of drama last season, and I think it was just because of the demographics of that group. So hopefully this will be like more calm, settled. Everyone seems to be more mature. So hopefully we don't have any drama.
Right. No brown girl squad.
Yeah.
No arguing.
Right. So, okay, let's just talk about the setup of the show this time. So we only have 7 women and 7 men. So 14 to start off, and 2 are going to get eliminated on today's episode, which is different than the past few seasons where we started off with 10 people.
Right.
And I think they're going to introduce more people in the middle of the season. So,
we'll see. Go ahead, go pick it up. It happens to all of us.
So we'll have to see how that goes. Like,
I don't think it's fair to the new people coming in late because connections will already have been made. So I think it's going to be more difficult. But I think they're thinking, well, last year Sabrina, it was Sydney made it all the way to the end, and she came in late. So they're probably like, it doesn't matter when. I think it's harder that way.
And I imagine they'll have to introduce the people in the next episode. Some people at least, because now we're only down to 5 women and 5 men. So they'll have to introduce
6.
Oh, 6. But I can't count. The whole time I've been thinking, I think because I've been taking 2 away from
2,
like
right.
Yes. Okay, 6. So I feel like they'll have to introduce someone next, the next episode. But let's get into our new cast members. Okay, let's start with the men because we're women. So, we probably already have our thoughts about the men. So what did you think about the men?
I thought they were okay. Like, none of them were really striking, but they all seem to have good attitudes. They all seem to have good personalities. Demetrius, the one that all the girls were swooning over, the chocolate with the beard, he looked really good. Poe, I didn't understand him. I thought he would have, been eliminated because his attitude wasn't that great, right?
Yeah, no, he didn't have a good attitude. And he kind of struck a backcourt with a couple other women, I feel like.
Yeah. So overall, I think they did a good job. They all seem like nice guys, good guys, good personalities. So we just got to see how. No players, which is good. Yeah. What did you think?
So let me just go run through the guys. So we had Wiley, who is 32. He was an athletic director at a high school. I thought he was younger than all the women. And I just feel like we already have an issue with dating men that are younger than us. One, we don't want to feel old. And then 2, men are so behind us in maturity. Yeah. So like, I think the youngest woman was 34. Yeah, 34. So he's 2 years younger than the oldest woman. And probably about 5 or 6 years less.
7 years. And some of them were 39. So one lady in the black who just walked up and went away, she was 39 and she was like, I can't go out with a baby.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I don't know why they did that to him. He should have been last season.
Yeah, I would have definitely not tried to even make a connection with them. And in terms of attraction, I didn't find him attractive.
No. He wasn't ugly. He's just none
of them were ugly. A lot of them.
Poe was not attractive at all.
I didn't find a lot of them attractive for me, but like I could maybe have someone to maybe be attracted to them.
Right.
We have Fernando, who is 34. He was a risk analyst. Don't really remember much about him. I didn't find him to be attractive.
And his personality was just okay.
He was kind of dry. Right? He was the one that was like interviewing one of the girls, like asking her a bunch of questions back to back to back to back.
And I can understand that he doesn't know how to handle it. So, and he's a risk analyst. Yeah. So that's what he does, you know? Yeah. So I think that's what he was doing. And the person who he was doing that to, Joy, was right. You know, it was like he was looking for problems and not looking to get to know her. Yeah. And that's his job, is to look for problems. So it kind of matches, you know.
Yeah. Initially, I was thinking the same. I was just like, well, I mean, you don't know these people. So like, you kind of do have to ask them questions. But now I kind of like see, it wasn't like he was following through on the response that they gave to make a converation out of it.
About it,
like, here's my next question. Okay, check. Here's my next question. So, yeah, he might need to work on that a little bit. He's 34. So he's like, you know, he's not young, but he's kind of, you know, he's still young. He's still young, especially for guys. He's young. We had Demetrius, which a lot of the women found to be really attractive. Like you said, he had the beard, his chocolate, 42 years old. I don't remember what his profession was though.
I don't either, but I know that he was in the military for 21 years. That's and he retired. You know, so he was in the military for a long time, and he seemed to assimilate nicely because he looked sharp as hell, and he was really relaxed. You know, so
the one that was married to.
Yeah, he's the one that's married, and she did.
Okay,
and he went to counseling, which I thought was great, and he's still going to counseling. So I think that was important for him to say, because a lot of Black men, you know, and women don't believe in counseling at all. You know, so they see that as a sign of weakness. Instead of a way to get better.
Yeah. So. And especially if you're trying to pursue a new relationship and you're admitting that you are the one that you basically, I think maybe the counseling would give someone reassurance that like there's a possibility that you may not do it again.
Yeah.
Never know. But I mean, that's a little better than someone who refuses to go to counseling and refuse to accept accountability for it. So that was
right. Yeah. And he was forthright with it. He was just like, this is what happened. He didn't have to tell her, but he felt open enough too, which was good. And that probably has a lot to do with counseling.
Yeah. That's good. And then we had Laverne, who was 44. He had a job title, but he was also a bodybuilder, right?
Yes, that's right. Yep.
I thought he was attractive. Like he had nice teeth.
You're sounding like Alyssa. I'm just kidding. Sorry, that was a Married at First Sight reference.
He had nice teeth, and he seemed like, you know, his personality seemed, you know, like he had a good personality. So
right, yeah, he did. And he had his own court where the women were coming left and right to come and talk to him.
That's one thing. Okay, so like the reason why they said that they did the 7 Men and 7 Women is because they want to focus on quality over quantity. But I still feel like no one really got time to really date each other because women were just kicking, you know, the other women out the way so that they could talk to the different men. So I was just like, how is this like more quality time that they're able to spend? And they didn't,
especially when they found out that they were going to get kicked off. Nets, one of them. Then they turned into hyperdrive, and they were just like everywhere.
Yeah. But yeah, I so far like Laverne. And then there was Tori. Tori had like he had dreads.
I liked him.
Yeah, I don't remember. He's 39. He expressed
he's
that
the one.
Go ahead.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. He's the one whose mother was in the military and told him for the first time just 4 years ago that she loved him because he was raised by his grandmother. Yeah. And so he said that has kind of like closed him off from emotions. And when people start to get emotional, that's like a red flag for him, and he doesn't feel comfortable in that situation, which stems from.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up too, like his relationship with his mom. For me, even though he seemed like a perfectly nice guy, that would be a red flag to me, because I feel like when men have like they don't have really a good relationship with their mothers, that kind of affects how they treat other women, because it's like really the first woman that you love and that you know you develop a relationship with, so it kind of sets a precedent. So I would be extra cautious. You know, I would still talk to him and give him a chance, but I just really would like look at, you know, how his attitude towards women.
Right. Yeah.
So that's one thing, ladies, to look out for in Tori. And then we have Paul. Well, we talked about him. Paul, P.O., whatever he want to call himself.
He's too old. He's 48.
He's 48 years old.
And he's still going by P.O. Like, and then he has that stupid line that I always deliver. That is so corny when you're 20. It's even cornier when you're 48. Absolutely. Yeah. And that's probably why he's still single and looking for love.
Has he ever been married, or did they say?
He didn't say.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we have much else to say about it. And our last guy is Clifton, who's 44.
Yes, Clifton.
He seemed nice as well.
He did.
He made some connections with some of the ladies. So I mean, I don't think we really got too much of a feel for him. I don't have his career down. I think he might have been the project manager.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he seems like he would have a hard time breathing, you know, because he's so like big up the top. That to me, breathing. Oh! Hopefully not reading, because he's so like you know stocky up top. It just seems like he would have a hard time like breathing or any type of strenuous activity. But he seemed like a nice guy. He has a great voice. He's nice looking, you know.
Someone, I had to watch the show a weird way. And so someone was saying that, I believe it was Clifton, was Jim Jones, was it? Older brother? Or maybe people were just
the rapper
comparing him to him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, really?
So I had to look that up, but I was just like, maybe they were just saying his voice.
They do kind of look alike, and the voice. Yeah. Okay, that's funny.
Okay, so that's the men, and then we have our women.
Right.
So we started off with Dakia. She's 39, systems engineer. She was the first woman that was like sitting.
I don't even remember her. Do you remember what she was wearing?
Did she have a black dress on? It wasn't Tiffany. Tiffany was the second person that came. She was sitting down with Paul, I think, initially.
Yeah, I just can't picture her face. And did they show her after that?
I think she had, I believe she had a black dress on. Or was it yellow? Now didn't someone
yellow
have a dress on?
It was yellow.
Okay, yellow.
Now I remember her. Yeah. Okay, I remember her now.
Okay. I don't know. Do you have any comments about her? Well, you don't remember her. That's what I was saying. To me, some of the women kind of looked alike to me. Like,
okay.
I couldn't really tell them apart. Then we had Tiffany. She was the second woman that came out. She was the one who was saying she was country. And she took a good meal. She has 2 children.
Oh wow! I missed that.
Before. I don't think we got to really know the women that well. I feel
I don't know why. I feel like you're right. Like maybe we were just paying more attention to the men, but you're absolutely right. The women just only a couple of them stand out to me. Yeah. And then the rest, not as much. Maybe they just focused on those ones and not the other ladies.
Because I feel really bad. We're supposed to be giving y'all a recap and we don't know anything about these women. Sabrina, she's 36. I liked her. She's divorced. She is a nonprofit executive. She seemed to be really sweet,
down to earth. Her and Demetrius got on really well when because they talked about each other's divorce and they opened up pretty well to each other, which was good.
She was in the top for a lot of the men.
Which kind of surprised me because she's so petite. But I think she's great. They must have really liked her personality, and she's attractive.
She was, and she didn't look old. Like on the last season, some people were saying they were 33 and they didn't look. Right. That's one thing that I was like paying attention to this time. Do they look their age too?
Right. Yeah, they all look their age.
The next woman was Kaina. She's 39, budget analyst. She had the black dress on, and she was in a lot of the men's bottom,
which was her fault because she was like, I'm not going to open up too quickly. I don't want to rush this. It doesn't mean that you don't have to say anything. Have a real conversation with people, especially if you want to stay and allow people to get to know you. They don't have to know your deepest, darkest secret. Right. You're not going to fall in love with them that night. Just be more open and not closed.
Yeah, I agree. Especially on the first day, like all they're going by is this 5-6 minute conversation you're having with them. You need to give your all. If your intention is to find someone, unless you already scanned the room and realize you're not interested anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
The next woman was Joy. She's 41. She was a singer.
Yeah, I like Joy.
Green dress on, right?
Yeah, she had the green dress.
There's two in the green dress, but she had the strapless green dress on. I think I liked her. I
liked her. She had like a, kind of like strong, confident personality. She didn't mind joking with the guys and kind of like ribbing on them. So I liked her. I liked her attitude.
Yeah. And then we have Precious, who was 34.
An IT consultant. I liked her too. She had the long hair. Because of the heat, like her face looked super greasy. Yeah, like you could fry an egg on it. It was so greasy. But during the interview, she looked great because she was not sweating to death. So she was talking to Tori about his mother, and she was talking about her mother. Her mother wasn't in her life either. And from that, I think her and Tori got a really good connection. Yeah. So, and she's more outgoing too. She's not afraid to kind of like put herself out there and, be loud and, rib with the guys too. So I think she has a good personality and the guys liked her too.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Laverne made a connection with her. Tori had a connection with her. Okay. And then Ace is our last woman. She was 37. She's the one that she was divorced as well, right?
Yeah.
And she had gotten married at a young age and she was only married for 1.5 years. And then was it Paul? Was he the one that
Paul
on her about oh, sorry.
Like, dude,
I'm just gonna check out and give up on a relationship. Even if that's a thought you have in your head, it's not something you ask someone when you first meet them.
No, especially when they're opening up about their divorce. I mean, and plus that was 10 years ago. Like that was absolutely ridiculous. I would have gotten up and walked away. I wouldn't have sat there with them.
Yeah, definitely.
That was just rude.
So that's our cast. And then the women got to decide which man was going to leave first. And they agreed that, what was it?
So it was Fernando and Poe were the bottom two.
Okay.
And then they decided to get rid of Fernando.
Yeah, they should have got rid of the other guy.
Yeah. I think what like kind of put the nail in the coffin was when Fernando was talking to a lady, and he was talking about the superheroes that he had tattooed on his leg. He had Spawn on one leg and
I missed that.
War Machine. War Machine on the other leg. Like, I love superheroes, so I can understand where he was coming from. But I think most women do not. And they're probably like, why are you telling me this?
Oh,
I know. But I think that Fernando was awkward, but like, I didn't think he had a bad personality like Poe did, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think, did Ace talk about what happened in her interaction with him?
To the other girls? I don't think so.
I think maybe if she had said that, maybe he would have gotten kicked off.
Right.
And then, so when the men had to decide who they didn't want on the, who they wanted to kick off, it was Kaina was in the bottom and Tiffany?
Yeah, Tiffany.
Kaina and Tiffany. And Kaina was the one that left.
Yeah. So did she seem sad about it?
No. I mean, she was just like, I could have been more open but
yeah, I think she was just too tired. She was like, I need to go to bed.
It was funny when she said she was just looking for an aspirin and she had sat down. Was it Clifton and someone else?
Yeah.
That whole little interaction between him and whatever woman he was sitting with, it may have been Dakia, was weird because he was like asking where she wanted to live, and she was like, on the water. And then when Kaina came over, he was like, yeah, I want to live on the water. And
and she was like, what? Okay, I'll say Jamaica. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's my aspirin. I want to go home and get in the bed. Right. So yeah, she's probably just ready to go home, get rid of that headache, and
right, because she was cute, you know, and I thought she had a good attitude, but I guess the guys didn't see it, you know, because they got rid of her.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think we're coming off a lot of energy from last season. I'm still watching like interviews.
I know you're sending us all the tea on these people. Like, oh my God. Yeah. Let's, so I think we finished with this, this season. And I think it'll be good. It won't be as like crazy as last season, which I like. I like the less crazy. But let's talk about Cornelius
and
Camille.
And his alleged mistress.
Mistress, who was just someone he was dating, just like mistress.
Yeah, so that's what makes me okay. So in a lot of people's interviews, they were saying how there was a lot of off-camera things going on, and like they were talking about the deliberations to, you know, the other sex when they weren't supposed to, and there was a lot of strategic planning going on.
Oh, really?
About like, oh, I think you should. Some of the people were like, they would get calls saying like, hey, put this person in your bottom, or don't vote off this person. Yeah,
to each other, or the producers were?
No, to each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So hearing all of this with Cornelius, so the story is that he had met a woman at his church. And basically, I think Courtney was doing a live. She came on to the live and was asking, you know, like basically asking if the show was real. And it was because she had been allegedly seeing Cornelius. And he had told her that, yes, you know, he's dating Camille, but it's just for the show and it's not a real relationship. And he has to stay with her until the reunion, and then they can go public with their relationship. So
right. And then, and they had met 2 weeks after the reunion. They went to New York City, And she pointed out that Cornelius is not saving himself for marriage because she insinuated that they had sex when she went to visit him in New York.
No. She said they didn't. She said that.
She said they didn't.
She said, but he was definitely having sex with Camille. Yes. She said that if she would let it happen, it would have happened.
Okay.
Yeah, no, she didn't have sex with them, she said.
Okay, I thought she did. At least it seemed like she was insinuating it because they kept on like asking her.
Yeah, it was the way it was asked, but then she finally cleared it up and said,
okay. Yeah. Why did she say that in the beginning?
It's just really weird. I don't know.
So I enjoy the show, but I really don't think people find love on it. I don't know why, because other reality shows that's on for 10 weeks, people do find love. But these ones, it seems like they're just dating.
Aisha and Dante's interviews, and I believe that that's a real relationship.
Oh, it is? Okay. Okay, good.
I believe that. I don't know about Sydney and Phil, because I think I saw her interview. And remember on the reunion, she was saying that they were like exclusively dating. Right. I think in her interview, she kind of alluded to the fact that they weren't necessarily exclusively dating. So it makes me wonder, like, how, is your relationship real? What's going on with that? Right. And then I saw a little bit of Zadia's interview. And she, she says that she's dating Dante. I'm not Dante, sorry.
Naeem. Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, like, he's a nice guy. Hopefully, they're treating each other well and it's a real relationship, Yeah. Yeah. And then on that same interview with Cornelius's mistress, one of the girls from the season where they were at the retreat the whole time. Simone, she's dating that tall, light-skinned guy. Yeah. So that's good.
I watched their show. I actually watch all their recaps of Ready to Love. They just do it together. They're like watching the show and doing a recap as they're watching it. They have a podcast, Ages and Stages podcast.
Don't tell other people. Don't give other people.
Hey, maybe they'll find us and like ref us. But they're really cute. But they didn't. I think they connected after the show.
Right, they had a connection on the show, but then they didn't leave together. And then I think they reconnected after the show. But he had a really bad bout of like acne, something like horrible happened to his face where he had a really, really bad acne. And he got some medicine and cleared it up, but it was bad. And I think that's part of the reason why he wasn't at the reunion, because of how bad his skin was. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow. But they're cute together. I hope they get married. But I'm like the happily ever after. Right. If I could have my way on the end of all these shows, everyone would find someone and it would just be happy. But
definitely. I know.
It goes. It's not real life. So
no, it rarely happens.
But so guys, tune in, watch us every Friday, Saturday-ish, for us to recap this season of Ready to Love, and let us know which men or women you like, who you didn't like. We like to read your
what you think this season will be like.
Yeah, so don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.